You're taking control. LALATE hashtag write the bill. 3 standalone bills, stimulus checks, FPUC, and rent eviction moratorium. And progress is being made tonight. Hey, good evening, everybody. This is Evenings LALATE, our 1 hour programming block that starts every night at 6:45 with a check. And boy, what a movement this has been tonight. Viewers have empowered themselves and a movement to get relief for the stimulus package. As Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have sort of abdicated and destroyed their roles in negotiating the stimulus package on behalf of Democrats. Let me recap what's going on. First, the movement. The movement started earlier today when I saw Steve Scalise, who's a wonderful Republican senator, call out Nancy Pelosi for not doing standalone bills for stimulus checks, rent eviction moratoriums, mortgage forbearance, all those wonderful things. Well, I came back and I said, hey, Steve, I got a challenge for you. Here's my call to action. And I included a screen grab. I said, this is what I propose. LALATE will draft 3 standalone bills on behalf of Democrats without getting Nancy and Chuck involved. The 3 standalone bills will be stimulus checks, FPUC, and rent eviction moratorium. And I asked that one of your leading Republican senators reach out to me by the end of Monday, to get this agreed upon and negotiated upon and get it done. And you'll introduce it to the Senate floor on Monday as a bill. Get it voted on, and we're done. Goes to the House. I'll get the House members who are Democratic to vote and approve it. It's very straightforward. And it comes after viewers suddenly realize what's going on. There's two fractions that's going on. And this is what's so important to recap. First, you have Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer refusing to do anything. That's very obvious. That's easy to grasp. Then on the other side, you have the Republicans saying, we'll do standalone bills for stimulus checks. We'll do standalone bills for FPUC. We'll do standalone bills for rent eviction moratorium. But then you have me saying, okay, where is it? Have you written it? No. Okay, why haven't you written it? Steve Mnuchin, have you written it? No. Mark Meadows, have you written it? No. Scott Scalise, have you written it? No. Okay, let's write it. What a novel concept. Let's write it. I'll write a draft, we'll negotiate it, and we'll get it done. If everyone agrees to these things, why is no one writing them? Now, clearly I'm not a member of Congress, but I'm a public citizen. And, public citizens across the country are demanding Congress to write the standalone bills. The Democrats haven't done it. Remember those people I talked about on Friday, the Blue Dogs, Democrats? Haven't written it. How about the New Age Coalition or New Trans, Tiesto, Eurohouse Coalition? 145 members? What? It's a lot of people. Anyone write it? No. No one writes anything in Congress. Do the printers not work? I had actually considered doing a Blaine 66 sketch about the printers not working in Congress, but I don't think this is the time or place tonight. It's also too damn hot. But you literally see no one writing anything. So what's going on? So I set the call for action. I said, I will write it. I'll write it. You call me up by the end of Monday, and we will negotiate and we'll get it done. You introduce it as a Senate bill to the floor, and I will get Democrats on behalf in favor of it. Done. It's so obvious. What's more obvious is the provisions. Stimulus check. Everyone has agreed $12 stimulus checks. It's like that kid with the purple short. I heard this before. You keep on saying the same thing. Well, I'm just repeating what, there's an agreement for $1,200 second stimulus check. And there's an agreement that dependents will get a check, and there's agreement that a family will have checks as well. Married couple, $2,400. There's an agreement for that. The 2 issues or 3 issues of contentions are how many members of the family. I've said a member of five. In my proposal for the call to action, I said this is what I propose: $1,200 stimulus checks, family of 5. AKA 6 family members, AKA $6,000 family household check. Same as the Democrats. I know there's been other calculations out there. The Republicans at one point put a $500 adult dependent check out there. I don't think that makes sense. I'm happy to discuss that. No reason to do 10 minutes of this video on that right now. And let's get done. Child support, I saw a couple questions about that. No, it should not be taken out for child support. No, that's the Democrats' position, and I support that as well. It should not be taken out for child support. This is a federal this is a federal payment. I don't know why something for state purposes is taken out of a federal document. I don't even think it's legal. So no, nothing should be taken out for child support. Done. Done. So simple. Simple. Okay, next one. FPUC. I got to do some math with you. If you didn't watch the FPUC video, which I know some of you didn't, I saw the analytics. I mean, the first video on Afternoons at LALATE is a massive hit. Thank you so much. But when it came to the FPUC video, not so many people watched it. Let me do the math for you. The math is really incredibly important. Let me explain what's going on. Steve Mnuchin and the Republicans offered $400 FPUC extension to December or something like that. Nancy offered $600 to January. My call to action, my offer is the following: $550 to the sunset time, and I'll go over what the sunset time is in a second. But I said $550. Steve is at $400. Nancy's at $600. Let's get done. Let me explain to you how not getting it done financially is insanely illogical. Let's go over this. This is very simple math, and I'm going to go slow. Your FPUC expired in about mid-July, $600 a week. So that's about, 1 or 2 weeks of FPUC you didn't get then. Okay. Then, where are we? Like on the 23rd of August now? Okay, so we're almost at 4 weeks of August of FPUC that hasn't been paid, generally. So 4 times, we're almost at like 6 weeks of benefits. Okay, so 6 weeks at, let's say, Steve Mnuchin's $400. 6 times 4, $2,400. So during this short period of time, Nancy Pelosi's stonewalling, her inability to get anything done, her refusal to negotiate, has cost you $2,400. So Nancy's giving you 0. And Steve would have already given you $2,400. Imagine your difference of your life if you had $2,400 for a single individual. Single individual, if nothing else. I mean, if you're a married couple and you both qualify for unemployment benefits, you would double it. I mean, I'm just talking about one person, $2,400 in just 4 weeks. All right, let's go into September. September, 4 more weeks. Okay, 4 more weeks, 4 times Steve's number, $800. So we're almost, we're almost at about $3,000 by late September. And Nancy still would not have given you anything, 0. You see where this is going? You see where this is going? There are old sayings that a little bit is better than nothing. Well, nothing is nothing in this case. And so what I detailed in the FPUC video to this afternoon is that, hey, when you have no employment and you have bills to pay, and the first week comes around and you don't have $400 or $500, $600 a week from FPUC or LWA or whatever you want to call it, you just don't have it. Well, the first thing is going to go is, the cable and the electric. The next week, the water's going to go because you don't have the $400 or $600 that week as well. The next week, you've used up your whatever savings you may have had. The week after that, you've been served the eviction notice, and your car's facing repo. The week after that, you're basically evicted. I mean, in just a very short period of time, you see how things can get very, very bad very quickly. And that's why I've been detailing this channel, and there's a mathematical calculation to it and a human element to it. The mathematical calculation you just saw, that in 4 to 6 weeks of people not getting benefits, they can go from a situation that's not great, but they can financially deal with it, to a situation that they absolutely are destitute. People go from, you know, a survivable, livable, but not pleasant environment in which they're in their home and they have their electricity and they have some food to literally homeless in 4 to 6 weeks. And that's what Nancy Pelosi has put you through. We're at week, what, 4 or 5 since FPUC expired? So, I mean, this is what's so serious. And if you go 4 more weeks, I mean, just wipe out. I mean, wipe out. Rampant, the whole country would just be wiped out. I mean, you really can't wait. And I got to, I didn't even do this on the earlier video. I don't want to give you more bad news. But let's say even Nancy got her act together at week 4. You're not going to get payments literally overnight. I mean, all these states are delayed. So if a state is delayed, 2 more weeks, you're not getting payments for 6 weeks. So that's why the guy in the purple shirt is in control with you right now. You're in control to say, hey, call to action, tag your congressman, tag your House representatives, tag your senators, says, hey, we need standalone stimulus check bills right now. We need standalone FPUC bills right now. We need standalone eviction moratorium bills now. We need them now. You cannot sit around while Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer destroy America. I'm going to say it right now. Destroy America, but save Broadway. I mean, it's I never watched Titanic, but weren't they singing when the boat when the Titanic crashed, when it sunk? They were still singing like it. I mean, you save Broadway so we can all sing as we're about to be thrown on the street and homeless. Thank you, Chuck. I really appreciate that. They're destroying America because they don't understand you can't hold out negotiations for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks. You can't do it because the entire country implodes. You have homelessness. You'll have the stock market crash. You'll have the real estate market crash. And I'm not even at a whole other subject matter, which I just want to mention one time. I don't even think I want to really do it too much on this channel, but I want you to be alert about it. Just Google Occupy Congress. Civil unrest is just around the corner, and that's not this channel, but I just want to tell you that you don't deal with certain situations as a congressman. Things get very bad very quickly. Let's get back to us. So that's why FPC needs to be extended. Steve wants 400, I offer 550, Nancy wants 600. Let's get it done, Steve. You and me. Let's get it done. Or whatever congressman you want to have call me up in 24 hours. Let's get it done. Next, eviction moratorium. So simple. I mean, this is like, child play. Now, if you watch the eviction moratorium video, I said to you, there's a twist to that. The twist of that is the president can do this. So, Mark, if you've been watching this video, which I know you have, Mark Meadows, chief of staff of the president, get the president to do a new eviction moratorium. You do the pomp and circumstance if you want. Announce it during the Republican National Convention next week, which a lot of people think you are. But announce it and just get it done. We all understand that there was a mistake in the executive order 2 weeks ago. You can call it something else so we don't look like it was a mistake. But get the executive order done because, as you know, a president can issue an executive order for a rent eviction moratorium and a mortgage forbearance so that, 1, no one is thrown out of their homes, and 2, no one loses their home to foreclosure. Done. Okay, what's that sunset provision I was talking about before? Sunset provision is when things would expire. When would FPUC stop and when would eviction moratoriums end? I basically said, hey, let's use an economic indicator, because Steve Mnuchin, who's an economist, head of Treasury in the Trump administration, I said, hey, let's use an economic indicator, and that's jobless claims. New jobless claims comes out every Thursday. You've known that because I've done it for 21 weeks. And it's, it's not a good number. It's currently at 1 million new jobless claims per week. We started pre-pandemic at 200,000, which was an incredibly great number. Then we shot up to 1 million the first week of the pandemic. We've been at 1 million every week except 2 weeks ago, which is the worst run since the Great Depression. So my sunset provision is, hey, we'll keep everything the way it is until 3 consecutive weeks of unemployment claims less than 500,000. Or the pandemic ends, whichever is later. Now, I mean, we can modify that, but that's my proposal. Let's get it done. Now, as you're sitting back and you're wondering, how is this going to manifest? Well, it's very simple. If these Republicans, and here, people that say you only do one party, you only do this. No, no, I go after both sides. You don't know me, or you're not been watching the channel. This is where I'm going after the Republicans. If the Republicans who all weekend long said Nancy doesn't want to do standalone bill, Nancy doesn't want to do standalone bill, Nancy could have done a standalone bill. Okay, I've made the offer on behalf of the Democrats to do a standalone bill with you by end of Monday. If by end of Monday no one hears from you, and you don't do a standalone bill without me involved, you don't have to use me, you can do it yourself. You don't do a standalone bill for stimulus check, you don't do a standalone bill for FPUC, you don't do a standalone bill for eviction moratorium, then you're a bunch of bullcrap. Then you, sir, are a bunch of bullcrap, because all you have talked about is there's an agreement, let's get it done, Nancy's holding it up. Well, these people aren't stupid. Republicans aren't stupid, Democrats aren't stupid, independents aren't stupid. You can get this done by a standalone bill, and if you don't write it, then everything you were saying was just a bunch of crapola. And for you to sit back and blame Nancy for it, well, I'm going to blame you for it as well, because you haven't done it as well. Let's make very clear. The Senate is controlled by the Republicans. There's, more than 2 Republicans in there. The House is controlled by the Democrats. Of all these people in 2 houses, Republicans and Democrats, not one has written these standalone bills. What? Now, I can understand the Democrats, maybe they're so fearful of Nancy. They don't think on their own. They're brainwashed by Nancy. They can't do things on their own. Okay, maybe I'll accept that. But the Republicans are over here all week long, since last Sunday, a week ago today, saying we'll do standalone bill. Mark Meadows, Sunday Morning News, last week, I'll do standalone bill, stimulus check. I'll do it out, send it out next week. President tweeted the same. Steve Mnuchin, all week long. Larry Kudlow. I mean, all these people all week long. Mitch McConnell yesterday. All these people are talking about standalone bills. Have any of you written one? Hashtag write the bill. Hashtag write the bill. It's as simple as that. Now, if Republicans don't do it, they have no right to blame the Democrats. And we certainly know why the Democrats aren't doing it. It's called Nancy Pelosi. But, we're very simple here. But the situation on the horizon is very opaque. Viewers have asked me a lot of why not this and why not that. We aren't here to guess that. Why isn't ABC and CBS and NBC talking about this? I don't know. I mean, they're only as good as the reporters they hire. If they don't hire a reporter to cover the subject matter, they don't cover it. I went to see NBC just 10 minutes ago, and there's almost nothing on that. The leading financial channel is almost nothing about stimulus. It's all about Trump's press conference about coronavirus, plasma, saliva, whatever it is, and, testify for one stock split. I'm not joking when I say Tesla. That's all that they talk about. No one cares about you, it appears. And for people to keep on saying they're there for you, but then don't write a bill, they're your elected official. So here's the great news. Everyone of this channel is on point. We're all on point. I see your tweets. I see your DMs. I see your Instagram posts. You are writing your congressman. I see your messages. You say, I wrote my congressman. I sent them an email. I sent them a text. I DM'd them. I went on Twitter. I said, standalone bills. Write the bills. 3 standalone bills right now. Everyone understands this. It's so simple. Everyone understands a standalone bill for stimulus check, a standalone bill for FPUC, a standalone bill for rent eviction moratorium. That is one of the few things that I've been told that I'm good at, is explaining very difficult things very simple to people. And I made it very simple to you that there's 3 things that could change people's lives right now that the Republicans want to do, but they're not doing it. And there are those 3 standalone bills. And it only takes 1 senator and 1 House representative to introduce the bill. I can't introduce it. I'm not a representative of Congress. I can draft it for them, and I can say, hey, let's go do it. And I can, talk to other congressmen and say, hey, we agree to this. We agree to this. I can do that, but I can't introduce it because I'm not on the congressional floor. And once it's introduced, if you have support, Done. Put it up for vote. Mitch has said he'll bring back the Senate for an emergency vote. If Nancy doesn't want to do this, I didn't cover this earlier. If Nancy doesn't want to bring back the House to vote on these 3 standalone bills, guess who can order them back? Not me. The president. President can usurp Nancy's authority and say, I'm ordering this House back in session to vote on this bill that we have unanimous support from everyone but Chuck and Nancy. Good things are coming. Just have to get things done the right way. And the right way now is avoiding 2 people. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. They can go do Broadway. They can go chase their postmen. They can, I've done enough jokes with that. I'm not joking anymore. Now it's the call of action. 24 hours. Let's see if a Republican gets these 3 bills done. If no Republicans get these 3 bills done, then it's time to take it up another notch, because all they've done is a lot of talk. Coming up next is another video. As always, stay informed, stay motivated. Go to the front of this channel. Thank you for the love and support. Last week, we reached 200,000 subscribers. Wow. I think you know where this channel is and where its heart is. So our goal is to add 25,000 subscribers in 2 weeks, starting from yesterday. And boy, I think we're at like 9,000 subscribers since yesterday. So we're almost like halfway there, and just like a quarter of the way there. What is 9 into 20? I've done so much math today, I'm exhausted. But we're doing really well. So like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you for staying with me. It's been very, very extremely hot today. I had very bad trouble recording, and it's been very exhausting. Hence the 3 wardrobe changes. Coming up another video, and then join me tomorrow morning on Mornings LA. Have a great evening.